Good evening. We are live. Evening all. How are we doing tonight? So before we get started on this one, I've got some apologies from Paul. Paul will be joining us tonight. He's away on his holidays for the weekend, so he's the lucky one. He is the lucky one. I was going to say maybe we're the lucky ones being on the live stream, but Paul's probably the lucky one being on holiday. But unfortunately, the big thing that he's missing is this is the 1 year anniversary of the live stream. Tonight was the very first live stream we done a year ago. So that's been exactly a year since we started this live stream, and Paul's not here for it.
Well, congratulations, gents, and thank you to everybody who's followed us for a whole year. I can't believe it's a year. A whole year of doing this.
Yep.
How have we filled the time?
I have no idea. The biggest thing is, I remember at the start we spoke about this and said, 2 hours, how are we going to do that? And everyone was flew in, and now we've done a year's worth. Now, okay, we've missed, I don't know, maybe 4 live streams, I'd say, 2 at Christmas and then a couple throughout the year. But we've probably done the best part of almost 50 live streams now. So
that is pretty impressive. And you know what, guys? I'm enjoying spending every minute with you lot, honestly. Absolutely loving it. No, we do have a good laugh, don't we? And the chat, the people in the chat as well. It's great to see the same people turn up every Friday night just to say hello, you know, put a few comments in and drop into the chat. It's so nice. It's good, really good. But on the anniversary edition or the birthday edition, we were late without Paul. He keeps us in line.
I know. So I've just added a poll as per the request.
Oh God!
Onto this here.
Classic poll.
It's a classic poll, mate. So,
go on then.
Jay, no answers here.
Oh, here we go.
This is the poll that's been added to this. So we'll let it run for a while, and we'll see who thinks what.
Right. I'll tell you what this poll is really. It's who follows Jay's Real Reef on Instagram. That's what it is. Yeah.
So it'll depend. If people know, they know.
Gao-Gao's got the poll going. I thought it was you this time, Ross.
I've got the poll going, but Gao-Gao's requested it, mate. So yeah.
Oh, very good. Good to see you, Gao-Gao, as always.
So yeah, how is everybody? Everybody doing well?
Yeah, I've had a week off, haven't I? So I'm all right.
So you have.
I'm well rested.
You're refreshed.
Dreading going back tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. Tomorrow doesn't feel like a day off though, because I normally have Saturday, Sunday off, don't I?
Yeah.
That doesn't feel like a holiday, but I've enjoyed it. I bet a lot of people have taken half term off as well, just to do a bit of reefing.
Maybe not.
No.
I don't know.
Just gives you an excuse, doesn't it, to spend a bit more time with your tank?
That's very true, actually.
Or to get those reefing jobs that you put off, get them done.
What's everyone drinking? So I'm on the whiskey again tonight, Glenmorangie.
Well, I think we should be on the birthday edition. I haven't got any.
We should have a drink on the birthday edition. Although this could end up messy if we do, but I'm certainly going to do it.
Well, you got to on the birthday. I'm celebrating with. Oh, go on. What's you got there? Bloody hell!
Can a monster? Steve, I think you're on mute, mate.
I can't hear you, Steve.
Yeah, Steve, you're on mute.
I thought you had been quiet.
No, still can't hear them.
It's got those like airport ear defenders on. You know those people at the airport that bring the planes in.
Aye, bringing the planes in with the stick.
Yeah, with the lollipops. It looks like one of those. You probably can't hear us anyway.
So what are you on, Jay? Are you on the tea or coffee?
I'm on. Well, there you go. My unsponsored channel of Yorkshire tea.
Did you enjoy the little photo I sent you the other day, Jay?
What's that?
Did you enjoy the little photo I sent you the other day of you with your tea?
That did look a lot like me. I'm not sure where you got that from, to be honest. Anybody who wants to know, people in the chat are wondering what the hell's going on here. So Ross sent a picture of me in a cupboard surrounded by Yorkshire tea.
Let me just see if I can find this, Jay.
No, it's all right. But it was floor to ceiling of Yorkshire tea. It did look pretty good. The only thing was there wasn't a reef tank in there. You needed to put a reef tank in.
That's true. There's still time for that, though, isn't there?
A little nano.
Let's see if we can find that.
It does look a bit like how I dress for work as well. I was like, what are you doing here? So is that someone's genuine storage of Yorkshire tea?
Yeah, it is. I seen the photo and then thought, Wow, I need to manipulate Jay's face onto this somehow.
I bet more people are drinking tea watching us than drinking alcohol. I bet.
Anyway, cheers. Here's to the 1 year anniversary.
Cheers. Cheers, Paul. Cheers, Steve. What's he doing,
I don't know. I think he's messed about with sound still.
1 2 1 2.
Can you hear us, Steve?
I don't know, but he has all the kit, doesn't he, Steve? He has all the flashy kit.
We'll give him a minute to catch up.
This evening. He doesn't normally have the lights on that bright, I don't think, at this time.
Yeah, he's maybe changed it, I think.
Does look nice. It looks really smart, doesn't it?
No, I don't think he's having difficulties, that's for sure. But we'll catch up with him anyway. Well, so, Jay, what's been happening with your main tank this week, shall we say? We won't touch on the other tank, but we'll go with the main tank this week.
Yeah. So, last week I had a magnesium deficiency, so it dropped. Did my usual water tests. I don't tend to test everything anymore. You know, when you first start out, you test pretty much every parameter for the first few weeks and stuff. Whereas now I tend to just test phosphate, alkalinity, and salinity. They're like the go-to three. Yeah. And obviously, magnesium's not one that I regularly test. I just looked at it and thought, it looks all right. Anyway, I noticed that one of my torch corals just wasn't, I don't know, extending as much as it normally does, you know, with all its tentacles. Yeah. I was like, what's going on? That's a bit strange. I haven't changed the flow, not changed the lighting. What's going on there? And then a couple of other torches looked a bit more attracted. And I was watching Fragbox TV. If you haven't checked out that channel, I absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite channels on YouTube.
There's a good one.
Canadian guy. Have you checked him out? Have you seen him? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Really good. It's just little daily videos of his shop. And I like how have you seen him where he'll pick up like £100 or $100 coral and he puts it in the £10 section, stuff like that. And then people, like the shop, in-store shoppers, obviously, if you get an eagle eye, you can grab it. I think that's such a nice thing.
I know. It's really good. He's one of those kind of down-to-earth channels. It's not scripted. Yeah. It's not, it just seems to be, he seems like a decent guy, to be fair.
Yeah. He's not selling anything, and he's just sharing his experience into that's what it is. It's quite good. Anyway, he did one about his torches, and he was saying that magnesium is key for LPS corals. And if your LPS corals are looking a bit sad in terms of torches and hammers and things like that, check your magnesium. So I got onto it. I've got the Salifert kit for magnesium.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy, no Hannah check or anything like that. Just used that, and it was down at 1200 last week, 1220, something like that. You can't be 100% accurate with that because it's just when the colour changes, isn't it? And sometimes you're like, if I'd have shook it a bit more, it might have changed before. I've just had a bit more.
Yeah, I end up doing it like 2 or 3 times to try and verify it. But even at that, it's not an overly accurate test, I don't think. Yeah. But it's giving you a close idea.
For the money, really good for the money though, aren't they? I would. Yeah. And they're simple to use. Really simple. I know you use quite a few of them, don't you?
Well, I used to. I used to use all of them basically, but now, so like you, kind of weekly, I only check. So I check my salinity, but to be honest with you, I know my salinity is there or thereabouts. As long as my ATO is doing the right thing, then my salinity never really seems to wander that much. I only really check my nitrate, my phosphate, and my alkalinity. That's the 3 that I check on a weekly basis. Yeah. Full disclosure, I probably haven't checked any other ones for probably a couple of months now. But I just go by how the tank looks. And to be honest, my tank looks best now than it ever has. So I'm just leaving it as it is. I don't know if it's a psychological thing or not, but see that week where I had the Rona, I don't know if with me completely ignoring the tank for that week that has done it any good or not. I don't know if it's a psychological thing of thinking, I've no idea. But it also is past the year mark now, so it's settled out a bit as well. So I don't know, but yeah, I don't test as often as I could.
They say that's key, the year mark. On the BRS TV, they were saying it's between 80 and 90%. Don't make the year mark, but once you've hit the year mark, the success rate is, exponential. And I've noticed that with mine, like 13, 14 now, I think it's 15 months. I barely have to do anything with it. You know, check the water, do a 10% water change, and it just runs. It's just stable because of all that bacteria you've got. You know, that's colonized. You've got all the what else have you got in there? Bacteria is the main one, isn't it? It's basically a lot more stable, so it can take a few issues and it still sits there, doesn't it? Thank you very much, Claire. That's very kind of you to say that.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think you're right though. Once you hit that year to kind of 18 months type thing, I think that's really when you start to get a bit of stability. I mean, mine's looks better now than it ever has. The algae's all under control. Everything's supposed to be going well. Corals have started to grow again. What had happened was when the hair algae came in, it was really quite bad. The corals kind of took a stunt in their growth, and they kind of stopped. Now the algae did smother a lot of them, and some of the zoas had melted away as well. But now that obviously it's starting to grow again, then things should be on the up, I think. Somebody had said to dose a bit of iodine every month, which I haven't. Every week, sorry, which I haven't done at all yet. I don't dose anything into that tank now. It's just literally my weekly water change. But I might start putting some iodine in, just maybe a couple of drops every week or something, just to try and give it a little boost. I don't want to play about with it too much though, because I want to try and keep that tank really simple. Especially when I set up this tank and it gets going, then I want this tank to almost run itself.
I think you've timed it quite well, because that one will pretty much run itself. Obviously, you just got to keep an eye on a few bits and bobs, but with your 10% water change and a little bit of testing, it will run itself now. Your time's going to be spent with the new build, which is exciting, isn't it?
Yeah,
and that's where setting that up is going to be, getting the balance on that one. You know, it's like at the beginning, the first 6 months is a killer.
It's going to be Cobra meetings all over again, and it'll be a nightmare, mate.
I can remember doing like late night water changes because I've got some ammonia in there, I've got some nitrite or something else, you know, and you're just trying to battle things.
It's hard going, but I'm actually looking forward to doing it again and seeing if A, I've learned anything from the first time round, or B, if it's any different. You know, people say each tank progresses differently, and it's one of those that I might have an absolute nightmare with this new tank. It might go smooth, or it might go exactly the same as the Peninsula did. I don't know. But the good thing for me, well, not a good thing, but I was kind of fortunate enough that I had quite a lot of problems with the Peninsula. So, you know, I've encountered quite a few things before.
God, you did at the start, didn't you?
That was a nightmare.
The fish and the clownfish and everything, they really took it. They really put you to the test, didn't you? You had a hospital tank pretty early on, didn't you, for those?
Yeah, pretty much straight away, to be honest with you, mate. I had the hospital tank, but I'm glad I did that, because I mean now I can understand it a bit better. I've got all the kind of tests and equipment and so on there for it. Joy's back.
Right, can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
You know what? It was completely mute on everything. I tried every microphone and it was, so I reset my laptop and going back on, and thankfully, flipping heck, I thought I wasn't going to join the stream then. I was devastated. Man, what the hell? These technology now, it's crap, I tell you.
The voice of wisdom's there. Glad
Thanks very much, Brett, for that one.
If anybody asks any technical questions.
Yes.
Sorry, Ross, I speak.
No, you're all right. I was just saying thanks to Brett for that comment. That's a really nice comment there, so I appreciate that.
Awesome, Brett. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us and having a bit of fun with us.
Yeah, it's good now that we've got the encyclopedia back. You don't need to worry as much, Jay. I was getting a bit panicked there. We're going to have to waffle for 2 hours and ignore all the questions. But
no, I'm not good.
We're safe.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Yeah.
So now you can hear us and we can hear you, Steve. How's things?
Yeah, it's going well, mate. Yeah, tanks, thriving. I had a bit of an issue with the lights. Basically, what I did was one of the lights, it wasn't connected. It was only showing that I'd had 2 lights connected. Yeah. So I thought, oh, here we go. The light's blown. You know what I mean? Anyway, so what I did was I thought I'll reset them. Now I haven't reset those lights for years, maybe a year and a half or something. Anyway, I pressed the reset button, did everything, pressed the reset button on all of them, and it took me literally about an hour and a half to connect to them. It just would not. I don't know if it's because the Hydra 26s. They're the older version, aren't they? So I don't know whether they run on. I don't know whether they run on a different you know, a different platform. Obviously, they're older technology, aren't they, than the new ones. But it took me literally an hour and a half to connect them. I was like, I don't believe this. I thought that this is it, they're knackered. But thankfully, they managed to connect to my Wi-Fi. But obviously, with me connecting them, I lost all my templates, you know, for my scheduling.
Yeah.
Every one of my schedules
have
have gone.
a screenshot of it or not?
No, every one of them have gone, mate.
No.
So I set on this, I made, while I was doing it and all that, maybe 15 or 16 templates for myself. That's what I set up, you know, different ones, trialing them out and that. Every one of them were gone. So I was like, what the hell? So what I'm running on this now is I'm running the David Saxby on it. You know, the one from the AI app, I'm running the David Saxby on it. I've just reduced it. Plus I've took the reds and the greens out. So I don't run any reds and greens on this because it does promote algae, you know what I mean? Especially if you have higher nutrients in your system. So I've took all the reds and the greens out, but it's basically the David Saxby version without the reds and greens in. And so far, you know what? It looks really good actually. The corals love it. There's more whites to it, you know what I mean, as opposed to blues. So, but it does look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. No algae issues. No different, like cyano or anything like that coming up. So I'm happy. I'm going to keep running this and see how it goes. But other than that, the yellow coral there, that's still yellow, so that's a good sign. You know what I mean? We need to keep reporting on this weather, but I have had another death in my tank, and that was the torch, which was here. Basically that's another casualty to that anemone. I'm trying to get that nem out now because it's growing so big, and the sweeper tentacles are reaching up so high that it's touching it, and it was like dead. It's stinging everything. So that's another casualty to the reef. So I've got to try and get it out somehow. You know what I mean? But it's wedged its foot. Yeah, it's wedged its foot right in it. Yeah, I can't. And I've got a big rock.
You could give Colette's dad a phone. Maybe he could come down.
Yeah.
And dad available with the grinder.
Yeah, is he available tomorrow?
the only way I got mine out, Steve, because they tend to wedge themselves up in like a crevice
right in
underneath.
it. Yeah.
I had to get the scape out.
I know, like, that's what.
There's
it's a no, mate. I couldn't do it. I know. I couldn't do it. Well, what I'm doing is I'm just getting the turkey base started and I'm blasting it, irritating it, like really blasting it, like really annoying it to try and hopefully let it move down, further down where it used to be. I mean, it stayed near enough the bottom for over a year. It never moved. It was over a year. It was down on the bottom, never moved an inch. And then all of a sudden it's thought, I fancy a bit of a change. I'm going to walk up the rockscape, you know what I mean? After a year, you know what I mean? And now it's loving life and it's growing. My missus said, is that split into two? It's gone that big, do you know what I mean? And I went, no, it's just one. But the sweeper tentacles must be like 5 or 6 inches. They're like that, you know what I mean? And they're touching the torches now. So I'm dreading and the Holy Grail's the next one, so right next to it. So I'm hoping that it doesn't touch that, mate. You know what I mean? Otherwise, the rockscape is out.
It knows exactly what it's doing. It's thought, right, let's have a quick look round here. There's the torch garden. I'm off straight for that. Mate,
second-hand power head and just place it on the glass. It might look a bit crap, but just place it there and just blast it constantly until it moves.
Well, it's right in the centre, innit? It's right in the centre, innit? Let me. You won't be able to see it with this camera because it's all blues, innit? Let me see if I can switch it to whites on my lights here now, and I might be able to show you. So I don't know. Well, is it there? Yeah, it's flat actually. Let me see if I can switch my lights.
I mean, they're an absolute pain in the neck to get out. You're gonna struggle.
Yeah, they are.
I'm being honest.
I really wanted one from a new tank, but see, after all the hassle that you guys have had, there's no way I'm putting one in there.
They're all right, but they don't stay still forever. That's the problem. And then when they start moving, they just kill everything.
So there's the nem. Can you see him?
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah.
So this was where the other torch was there on that rock there.
Yeah.
And look, so he's sweeping up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's growing massive now. So he's a proper. And there's the clown. There's the clownfish. They've laid eggs. Can you see them? They laid eggs there at the back. There, where the clownfish is.
Yeah, I can see. I can see. Yeah. Oh.
Well, what those clownfish are tending to do now, they're irritating my clams. So they're pushing my clams Look, and they try to bite that. You see that, yeah? And they've actually turned, if you look on me, I think, they've turned the clams to try and lay their eggs on it. They're trying to lay the eggs on there. Do you know what I mean? Which is a pain in the, you know what? Do you know what I mean? But, but now they've... No, they finally laid them. Oh, mate, I tell you, they are a pain in the old backside, but... Yeah, it's just one of those things, I suppose. But the anemone, like you said, I've never had an issue with it because it's always been in my tank for years. You know what I mean? And it's always stayed in the same spot for, like I said, well over a year. But it's just this past maybe 3 months or so. It's just decided I fancy a bit of sunlight, extra sunlight or something, get a suntan, and it's moved up. You know what I mean? So now it's completely irritated me, and I just need to try and get it out. Do you know what I mean? But it's a pain, and it's frustrating sometimes, especially like that torch was doing really well, and I started to see some, well, it was just melting away where it had been stung. So there's nothing I could do. I'm not going to leave it in because it could get brown jelly disease then, and then infect them all. So I'm not even going to risk it. I'll just throw it. So in the end, I had to throw it. It's just one of those things.
Is it a bubble tip, Steve? Bubble tip.
What? Yeah, but it's a green one. It is. It's not a red tip. It's the greener one. So
It doesn't look very happy, if I'm being honest. There's not many bubbles on it.
Yeah, I'm seeing. Yeah, it wants to cause more damage, mate. Do you know what I mean? But we need to. I mean, if it starts to come up further up the rockscape, then I'll have the option, but I'll have to take the stuff out. I'll have to and just blast it and call Colette's dad, like I said, and just ask him for his grinder or something.
Mark's
you know what I mean?
commented there saying if you tried an ice cube on the foot, that's how you got his off.
Yeah, but I can't get to the foot. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The foot's it's wedged right in between a little tiny gap. I've blasted it, so it's shriveled up, and it's like there's a little crack like that in the rock. And I think it's wedged itself right in there, so no matter what I can do, you know what I mean? I just can't get it out. Yeah, Colette, I'm gonna take you up on that offer. It's.
So there's a comment asking how the graveyard is, Steve.
Graveyard's perfect, mate. It's at the back of there. Yeah.
I know you sat back down. Can we see the graveyard or not?
We
haven't actually
you know
seen
what?
it.
I'll have to 1 minute. I'll see if I could turn off all the pumps. And if I could turn off the pumps, obviously I can't put the camera in the water, but I'll see if you could be able to see it at the back. I'll try and do it now. Yeah, around the back of it.
It's infamous, this graveyard. Everybody's talking about it. Look.
There's everything at the back of that, mate. There's a huge fungia plate. There's everything at the back of it. It's everything there. There's everything, mate. It is. It's just there.
Is it things that you've caught whilst you've had your hand and you've been doing jobs and you've caught things that are just falling down the back?
Yeah, it's and the majority of it is like that Cenotopia, the Cenotopia, the green one. It's just that now that I've levelled it all off, I only cut it last week, and it's already like an inch. It's already grown an inch, mate, in a week. That's how fast that stuff grows. You know what I mean? And I guarantee you, 2 or 3 weeks, mate. Yeah, that'll be like exactly the same. It'll grow about another 2 inches. Something. It's just stupid, how fast it grows. But it's just one of those things, I suppose. I'm trying think, but yeah. Other than that, guys, everything's doing well. You know what I mean? I can't. The Red Sea Reef Wave, that new pump that I put in, brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, and the Reef Beat app is like really good. The way you set it up. A lot of people are saying it's a bit finicky and a bit like messing about sort of thing. But I had no problems. Like set it up straight away, literally from start to finish. 10 minutes in my tank. Set my own program, and that's it. It was done. 10 minutes. It was really easy to set up. And I think if this other one, the max spec one on the other side, if that goes, I'm just going to I'll buy another one of them and run them simultaneous. Yeah, you can run them. You can daisy chain, I believe, 3 of them together.
Right.
Yeah, and you can you can have it on say a reef crest mode or whatever they're called, and it'll blast it across, and then the other one will switch on and blast it across, and it'll do it that way. Do you know what I mean? It'll interact. So yeah, you know what? I can't fault it. I think it's a fantastic piece of equipment. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, we'll just see how it goes.
Changes to your corals, because obviously the flow will have changed. The flow patterns change. Have you noticed improving or getting worse?
Not the first couple of days. The Cenotopia and that green set and the Stylopore, sorry, the Stylopore and the green Cenotopia, they all curled up. The polyps didn't hardly come out, and I'm like, whoa, what's this? You know, but I think and then I thought it's just going to be the flow pattern here. You know what I mean? Because I've changed it. Because remember, it was only an AI Nero, wasn't it? You know what I mean? It was only a tiny little puck, which is just blowing in one direction. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Whereas this one, it does like different directions, so it could do reverse. So you could blow it forward, and it'll also switch in reverse, and it'll switch it, and it'll suck it backwards. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, they wasn't very happy with that, I don't think. But now they've come out, they've settled into it the past week, and they're coming out like there's no tomorrow. So yeah, it's
what's the
they're doing really well.
Between the Nero and the Red Sea, though, much different.
The Nero, the Nero. The Nero is 249, isn't it? The Nero 5, yeah. Then that one, I could have got the 25 one, the Reef Wave 25, but I went for the slightly larger one, so I went with the Reef Wave 45. And the only reason I went for that was, if you're best off going larger if you can fit it in your tank, because then you can run it at a lower rate, which will save the motor. Do you know what I mean? So it'll save running it, and it'll save like all the the motor parts and stuff like that, innit? So I'm only running that at like 35-40%. That's all I'm running it at. You know what I mean? And you can see the movement on the top of the surface. That's the only one that's running now. Do you know what I mean? All the others are off.
That's nice. So you can there. You've got a nice
exactly
there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, and that's just 35%. So I can't really complain, about it. It's at first when I switched it on, I thought, I see what 100%'s like, and I swear to God, it nearly blew the water out the tank, mate. I was like, oh my God, and I couldn't switch it off, so I had to switch it to feed mode and disconnect it. I didn't know how to stop it though. Like we do, we don't read instructions, do we? We just like switch it on and that's it. Yeah, I know how to do it. Don't worry about it. Don't be stupid. Of course I know how to run these pumps. Switch on 100 and it's blasting the water out. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's fun and games.
I'm impressed. I noticed your light was different. I did notice straight away that your light was different, and you've got a whiter spectrum. Mine's much bluer. Ross has got a nice white spectrum as well at the moment.
Yeah. I've never been a big lover of white spectrum. Like the corals don't seem to pop as much. When it's under a whiter light. That's why I tend to run it on blue. But since looking at it, even my missus says, you know what, it looks a lot better. You see, the corals do look good. You know what I mean? And I was like, and I'm coming around to it actually. I said, you know what, we'll leave it at this, and we'll see how it goes. If not, then I'll just have to make another one up, try and make another one up, thinking of like, try to remember what it was like, do you know what I mean? But
I think
we'll just have to see.
Schedule to anybody, Steve, that you could get it back off of again, or?
I don't know, that's what I mean. No, I didn't. I'm sure I've saved it somewhere. I'm sure I took a screenshot of it. I'm sure I did. But I think I did a video, didn't I? Of it, on my channel. And I'm sure I've my scheduling. So I think I might look back on that. I did. I'm sure I did. So
if it looks better and the corals are doing well, then maybe just leave it.
Let me see if I can switch all this off, and I'll see if I can get this pump. See if we can show the graveyard shift.
The graveyard shift. It's showing off here. And I can't get SPS to grow on the bloody rockwork at the top, and I'm nursing them. He's got them stung down the back.
You need to give yours a cuddle, Jay. That's all it is.
What's that?
You need to give them a cuddle at night time. That's what you do.
I bet he sleeps down there, keeps an eye on him. That's what it is, look.
Sings them a story at night time.
But his tank does look so well. I mean, it always looks well, but particularly tonight, it does look. Yeah,
as soon as you said that, actually, you could tell there was a difference.
It's in about 3 years, though, I think, his tank now, isn't it?
Oh, it must be at least, yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 years. Because he did the I really like it when people do that. They like the before and after. And you've got like, I think he had, was it 1 year and 3 years or 1 year and 2 years or something?
Yeah.
And you can see that so much difference. Because day to day, you don't notice your corals growing. Even over a week, you don't think they're doing much. But then when you see it over a year, you see a massive difference.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, look, he's got his lid.
Well, he must be getting somewhere. A comment here saying, can barely hear me. Can you hear me okay, Jay?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you are a bit quieter than normal.
Let me look into that.
Yeah, I think you are a little bit quieter than normal now. Well, he's taking it apart to show us this. I don't know what's going on here.
Don't know what he's up to.
He's got autofocus. Have you seen that? So every time he moves, his camera's focusing.
Yeah, on his laptop.
He's got all the kit, hasn't
he? I'm hoping that we can get to see this because I'm looking forward to seeing the graveyard.
Yeah. So just talking about my magnesium before. I've now buffered it back up to about 1380 today. I tested it again.
Okay.
So about 1380, which is much better now. The corals look a lot happier. Which that was a problem I was having last week.
Yeah. So I take it. Did you do that over a period of time, Jay, or did you just kind of?
Yeah. So over that last week, it was just dosing. I was dosing kind of 2 to 4 mil, and then testing the following day, and then dosing, testing, and just buffering it up slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just you don't want to shock the tank with anything, do you? Really?
No.
Right then. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't want to drop my laptop in the thing. So I'm going to see if you can. So can you see there? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There it is. Look. Look at all.
Look at that fungi plate. It's huge.
Mate, that plate is massive.
Let me just put the orange filter on. The orange filter might be able to see it a lot better actually.
Yeah, you'll be able to, yeah.
Well, you won't be. Let me just bear with me, guys. This is a.
See, I don't know if it's any easier. You could maybe.
Let's have a look in your cupboard.
You could probably log in through your phone, Steve, and do it that way if you wanted to.
It doesn't connect, Ross.
Okay,
doesn't connect. You know what? I'm balancing my laptop on the tank.
No.
Look at this, guys.
No.
Hey.
No.
Let's just see. Look at the things that I do for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we should be all right there. So let's just have. How's that look?
There we go.
Well, it looks yellow, that one.
Yep, she's yellow.
That's the yellow one there.
Look at that. That is super nice. I'd love a yellow SPS.
There it is. Yeah. See them all there at the back.
Yeah. Oh, I can see them better now, yeah.
That's mental.
That's them all at the back.
Is it green?
Yeah, a green plate, yeah. I'm trying to get rid of that, actually. It's just that big. Look at the size. It's about 5 inches in diameter.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's massive.
That's huge.
But that's all the grey, all the stuff at the back and everything. And that's the...
the infamous graveyard. I'm glad I've seen it.
Yeah. And there's them all.
Oh,
so yeah,
it looks really good, mate.
Yeah,
everything's all right, mate.
It's worrying me.
Yeah. But yeah, it's things just grow on that graveyard. I tell you, it grows better there than it does actually on the tank, actually on the rock. It's crazy, mate.
Frag them and then.
I know.
You're right, Jay. It's quite impressive. See, every time he sets a laptop down, it tries to focus on him and zooms in. I just noticed that there.
Oh yeah, it's like someone else is filming him. It's like he's got his missus to film him whilst on his live stream.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not that good,
mate. You see it?
Steve, your camera's honestly, it's moving and trying to catch you.
Yeah.
Try to catch it, yeah.
That's good.
That is pretty cool. He's just rebuilding his tank now.
Yeah, just got to rebuild it all up now.
Just got some nice flowers in shot.
Yeah, we could get a little. There you go.
Hey, we like to bring everything to this channel, don't we, guys? You know how it is.
I need to come off the solo screen now.
Yes.
We're almost going to get another trousers down moment there, I think.
Oh goodness.
Oh no. Hey, no, I've tied them up this time.
Good man.
That's his pay-per-view channel, that is. With his bum cracker.
Hey.
I tell you.
There you go, Steve. Child locks on the doors, but electrical equipment just resting on top of the water.
Mate, that's how it goes. That's how we go. That's how we roll.
Brave.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, it's everything's going really good with it. To be truthful, you know, since like I said, since that all the corals have adapted to that new wave, which it does. Any change in a tank, no matter what you do to it, whether you're dosing something, whether you're adding another piece of equipment or anything, do you know what I mean? It's only you know what I mean? It's yeah. Everything's got the tank's going to have to adjust to it. Do you know what I mean? And that's exactly what that's. But now it's been in a week and it's adjusted to it perfect. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, and I'm liking that. Like I said, the schedule of the light's really good. Something different, which I would never go for, to be truthful, because it's more whiter, you know, more brighter than that. But yeah, really happy with it. So we'll see how it goes. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully, no mega algae.
It's like the daylight look, isn't it? A lot of people like that look.
Yeah, a lot of it, of course. I mean, because if you think
if your tank's really clean, you know, if it's a really clean, neat, tidy tank, but the blue
absolutely
quite a lot. That's the benefit of blue. You know, you can get away with so much more with a blue schedule.
Absolutely, that's it. That's exactly what it is. I mean, even if you've got a little bit of algae, a tiny little bit of algae in it, it's shot on the on the back or anything. I mean, every tank has algae, no matter whether you have low nutrients or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Even if you've got no nutrients, or your tank's reading 0, you will have a green film on the back of your wall, regardless of what you think. You know what I mean? And unless you're scraping it all the time, you're maintaining it and getting it perfectly clean. Running bright lights like white, it just shows up and it just looks horrible to it. I don't like it. And that's probably a reason why I don't have it run it. You know what I mean? But
I don't know if you remember. Maybe about 8-9 months ago, we done a thing on Instagram, and it was the shows your tank under whites thing.
Yes, I remember that.
Some of the tanks there that I've looked at on Instagram every time and thought, wow, that's amazing. They put it on whites and you go,
exactly.
Oh, I mean, some of them were absolutely stunning, but yet you see under whites, it shows up every single little thing.
It's your rock work, isn't it? You've got to have really nice rock work to get away with whites.
Yeah. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post a white photo, and then a blue photo, and just compare the difference. You just see the difference. It's night and day, and then put a poll what do you prefer, white or blue? That's it. And most people would say blue. No, in my eyes, most people would say you run it at blue because, like you said, Ross, it hides a lot, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Plus, the corals pop a lot more in the blue. Do you know what I mean? The corals stand out a lot more in blue. So,
luminescence. And you pay for the corals to look like that as well, the bright colours, don't you? They just look so much prettier under the royal blue. If you have it under royal blue,
exactly.
It's amazing, don't they? Or you have to get your glasses out.
Hang on, wait a minute, Jay, wait a minute.
My neighbours. Oh yeah, look. There you go.
Hey, yours are snazzy. Yours, Jay. Where's they from? They look like some out of the Matrix. Them ones.
They're from Signature Frag. They're like Oakleys, but reefing.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? I'd have them on my bike.
They're so smart. But you've got to be careful. If anybody sees me, like the people, like neighbours or whatever, they just think, "What's that weirdo doing with orange?"
I think the glasses are probably the least of your worries there, mate.
Well, maybe it's maybe the hours I just spend looking at the tank. It's like, what's he doing in that corner of that room? We'll stand there hours.
I know. So there's a comment here from Rich asking if there's any news on my new tank yet with the issues that I had. So I got an email from Waterbox 2 days ago, I think it was, saying that they think there's a shipment due mid next month. So hopefully middle of next month I don't know if that means a shipment into the UK or if the shipment's going or whatever, I'm not entirely sure. But mid next month at some point. So I'm going to say maybe another month to go, and hopefully should have it.
You know what? It's frustrating for you, mate. I'm gutted for you, because you look forward to setting up a new tank, and it's like it's the part of being in this hobby, isn't it? Look, it's like buying a new car, isn't it? When you sit in a new car, you smell it, and it's like, oh, this is great. And it's the same thing with a car. It's the same thing with a tank, isn't it? You get it, and you're like, I can't wait to get it up and running and get it doing and stuff like that. But then. And then you get a knockback like that, and it's just like, it just disheartens you. You're like, what the hell? Why am I doing this? It's just frustrating. But like you said, you know what? Gives you more time to think of what you're going to do with escape and like your plans and stuff like that. So it might be a good thing.
There's a little white square here that's blocking the tank.
Oh yeah.
That's on the inside. I'm in the middle of doing the escape just now. I got that sorted, so I was like, I switched the camera on and went, oh no. what am I going to do here? So I'll just slide that in there so it's hidden. Because that's a good thing. It's a good escape in that tank now.
Exclusive, like, just show us a little bit more of it throughout the live stream. Just see a tiny bit.
Right. Steady.
That's got to be it. That's got to be one of his videos, isn't it? Escape. There's going to be a video in it for sure.
Yeah.
Everything's taking ages at the moment, though. Like, if you order, like, furniture, carpets, whatever, fridge, everything's taking forever.
Brett's putting, I think Steve should give them graveyard corals away on the 1 year. Mate, so you can have them. Come and get them. I keep saying, come and get them. Anybody who wants those corals, come and get them. Come and get them off me. I do not want them. That's the reason why they're in the graveyard. I've just snap them and throw them. That's it. I mean, like I said, I don't ship things that I am going to start doing because, and I've got a guy who's what do you call it? I'm buying some of the tubs off, so I'm buying some 60 mil ones and 120 mils. And I'm just going to experiment, like sending things out to people, just see whether they survive. That's it, smart, cheaper ones. And then if they do, then obviously, because like I said, I'm just fragging all the time, in here. You know what I mean? Hey, Colette, no worries, come and get them. You know what I mean? But that's all I'm doing.
Corals you buy? Don't you keep
I do. I don't. What? The foam? What do you mean? It comes in a bag where I buy them, mate.
The little styrofoam, the little cup, the plastic cups and stuff like that.
Hey, mate, we're not posh. I live in Manchester, mate. Yeah, listen, ours are put in an Aldi carrier bag, mate. That's what ours are put in. You know what I mean?
10p a bag.
Yeah, 10p a bag. Yeah, we're sticking in. You know what I mean?
That's what you should do, Steve.
Bring them to
track now.
There you go.
Well, I'm rotated to work, but I spoke to the allocator, and he said he's going to try and sort some out for me. So I should be good to go. Do you know what I mean? But I'm hoping I'm going to be there. You know what I mean? Fingers crossed. But listen, I'll just bring them all to crack them for sure if I'm going. And like I said, I'm not selling them. Those ones, because it's only the Ceratopia really that's at the back, you know what I mean? Anybody who wants the fungi or who wants the fungi, it's a green fungi plate, about 6 inches. Just message me if you want it, if you've got a crack knot, and we'll sort a deal out. But it won't be that much, trust me. You know what I mean? It'll be a good offer. Let's put it this way: you can get a green fungi like that for £60, mate. Yeah, and all that £40. It won't be that dear anyway. And this is a huge one. So
I'm just going to go back to a comment here. And
Sunday.
This comment here says Ross doesn't pay for corals. The reason I don't pay for corals is because that man there, Craig Hogg, has tried to stitch me up so many times, and it's actually him that gives me the free corals. So if anybody wants free corals, get in touch with Hoggy's Reef and he'll sort you out.
Yeah. You've had some really nice ones off him, haven't you, recently?
Yeah, he's got some really nice ones. His tank's actually really nice, but he runs quite a white schedule, to be fair. We're talking about white schedules. He runs quite a white. So radium he's got, and to be fair, it looks really, really good on his tank, but he's obviously just got a decent tank there. But yeah, I think I've got him after there anyway. So yeah, but that's quite a lot of my corals have come from him actually, and some really nice ones. So yeah.
That's lucky. It's good. It's good that you've got people out who can sort you out with some nice pieces.
Yeah, he's good.
People are saying, where do I live? I live in Manchester, guys. So that's where I live. Yeah, I live in Manchester. Yeah, look, hold on a minute. Somebody's knocking.
There you go. I got a takeaway box off Mogsy.
Yeah.
That's it. There's going to be an influx now. Come and get your cars.
Yeah, it's mad, mate. Honest to God, it's like crazy. I mean, it's like that. Ceratopia. I mean, you don't pay much attention around the side of your tank, do you? Especially, like when it's head on like that, you just look at the front, don't you, of your tank.
Yeah.
And I looked, and I swear to God, the actual Ceratopia, it's actually growing on my way, but it's growing up to my overflow now. So I'm having to chip away at it, like that, break it off, so it doesn't cover my overflow. Otherwise, my water's going to go right over my tank, you know what I mean? So it's like, it just grows so fast. Once it's settled in, it's like anything. Any coral, once it's settled into your tank, especially SPS, once they start to settle in, they take off, they just go boom, and they blow up then, you know what I mean? Which is a good one. What's that?
So, this is a very good comment from Brett here, that his neighbour thinks of peeping Tom using the refractometer while mixing water. Now, I had this as well, and I'm going to show you something from the shelf. Are you ready for the shelf of goodies?
The shelf.
So, I had that as well, and then I got this bad boy, from cracking corals.
Wow.
And if you notice there, it's got a little button, and when you press that button, it lights up.
Oh, yeah.
So you can do your salinity in a dark room with a curtain shut without being a pervert peeking on your neighbours. That is the benefit of that one.
Yeah.
So the cracking corals one is what you want, Brett. That'll sort you out. At least then you can just press the button, the light comes on, and you don't need to worry about it. So no longer be a pervert.
You know what? He has got a point there, hasn't he? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like when you got. I mean, it doesn't matter to me because I live back to back with my mum and dad. So I'm not going to be spying on them, am I? You know what I mean? So my mum literally lives right at the back of me. So it's like, but when I used to test my salinity, I'm like that, looking out, and I'm like pointing it up to the sky, you know, edging up to the sky so I can see it. Yeah, and it's as if I'm looking in my mum's bedroom. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what the hell?
No.
Yeah, it's all right, Bob. I'm not looking in your bedroom, Mum. No, but that's what it is. Like that's what you're looking at. What is?
That would be an awkward conversation. That one, wouldn't it?
I know. Yeah. Steve, why are you looking at it? Mother, listen. I'm saltwater testing. That's all I'm doing. Saltwater testing. No, it is. It's definitely. It is. It's a good one.
With the blue lights and stuff like that, and when you got your goggles on, watching it with the tank, you must think you're right set of weirdos. Honestly, dude, there must be.
Especially like you said, when people don't like, they're not into corals or they're not into fish tanks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, like my grandparents come round and all that, and like, you know, my first thing my gran was like saying was like, I mean, they're 86 now, you know what I mean, 87. My gran and granddad, and they come round and it's like literally they seen it when it first got set up, and they don't come round often. And she went, oh, and she's like staring at it. She went, oh, aren't they lovely, them? And I'm like, yeah. So I'm having to explain to her, and then she's like, so what are these fish? She went, do you put goldfish in here and stuff? I went, goldfish? I went, I'm like, my missus looked at me and she just shook her head like, don't explain, she'll forget, you know. She's getting a bit of dementia, I think, so it's like, well, they don't know anything, you know, like they're not into that sort of stuff, are they? So, but yeah, it is hard trying to explain to somebody who's not really into reefing or the reef tanks like what we are, you know what I mean? They just don't understand it,
No.
You know?
I know. Although I don't know if you're the same as me, but I'm driving along the road at night time now, and you'll see like a blue glow from somebody's house.
Oh yeah,
take as if
yeah,
go,
yeah.
What have you got in there? What have you got?
Yeah, you do. There's one up the road from me on the main road, and it's the same thing. I was coming back from work and I seen a blue light, and I'm going around the corner, I'm like looking at it like, what the hell? Concentrate on the road, you know what I mean? There's a blue light in the window, but yeah, definitely a reef tank in there for sure.
Look at that comment, the UK reefer.
Are you
Don't do
driving
that inside the house. That's a brilliant comment.
Yeah, imagine that.
Oh man.
Oh mate. That is crazy, isn't it? Oh,
there's
man.
timing, then there's timing, isn't there? That's a good one.
In there, yeah.
I like that. Sorry, Jay, what were you saying there, mate?
I say, doesn't he drive the buses? He can't be looking at every reef tank as he goes past.
That's what I mean, mate.
Late.
Yeah.
He's got passengers.
Yeah. Yeah, just 1 minute while I go in this guy's house and have a look at his tank.
That's it. He's going to stop here. He used to do that actually. When I used to catch the bus, he used to stop for a bit and then just like get off the bus and have a fag, and then go back on.
Yeah. I'm just looking up some of the things Rudra's put. Steve, can you share the name of that coral that is encrusting and looks golden yellow? It is stunning, and I keep losing it. Is it a Montiporo? Easy to grow and need high flow or low? Which one's that? Rudra, I don't know. Did he mean
Corals encrusted
golden yellow? Yeah, orange and yellow. Does she mean the jack-o'-lantern? Jack-o'-lantern, she might mean.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
She might mean the jack-o'-lantern.
The jack-o'-lantern you got from you in my video the other day. It's looking good.
Looks stunning that now, doesn't it? Yeah, I seen it the other day, mate. Yeah, no, watch that video. Yeah, that I couldn't believe that jack-o'-lantern. Because remember, I give it you, and it was it was covering a little bit of the frag, wasn't it? But it's like encrusted right over it now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's doing really well, actually.
They're another one that once they settle into a tank, they don't seem to do much for a month or two. Yeah, but then once they start to get into your warp parameters and the stability of it, then they start to take off. I only wish that with mine, I didn't put like frag plugs, on the rock, and then it could have encrusted over it, and then I could snap them off. Now it's on the rock. It's just I can't get it off. Do you know what I mean? It's impossible. But it's like a jack-o'-lantern. It's like an encrusting Monty Porter type thing, isn't it? That's what it is. It encrusts. Do you know what I mean? But that might be the one you mean. I'm not 100% sure because that's the only golden yellow. Other than that, it's it's got to be that. It's got to be that one. It's got to be that one. Yeah. It's got to be. I mean, you won't see the gold. Do they mean it'll be that one, won't it? There,
well,
that one there.
Yeah,
it'll be that. That's the because all the others. I mean, these ones are Monty Porters. These are what are called like Kung Pao, Monty T, stuff like those ones. Them there. That is the That's the jack-o'-lantern. That one. And then as for all the others, they're just all. These are all just SPS. Them. So it's not going to be them ones. It's none of them ones. And and then obviously that's the chalice there.
It's looking good, isn't it?
It's moved. Have you moved it further to the corner, have you?
Yeah, I've had to move it. Yeah.
No, we've lost your video, but we can still hear you.
Can you hear me, mate?
Yeah, we can hear you, no problem.
You alright? It's still there?
I'm alive still.
You haven't dropped the laptop in the tank, have you?
There we go.
Right, so Liz asked, what coral is the jack-o'-lantern then? It's definitely is encrusting. The name started with C or X. What do you think coral? Kung Po?
Yeah, it might be the Kung Pao. Yeah, that's the Kung Pao. Because remember that one, Jake? That one. What you bought another piece, didn't you? Did you buy another piece of that?
Yeah, Jake killed it. Remember he dipped it for 45 minutes.
Because yeah. Because there's that other piece. There's that other piece. You see it there?
Ah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's the other piece. That's the other piece that I got, and this is
you got that from
a forest.
Last year, didn't you?
That's a forest Monty. That one there. But yeah, they're the only ones. They're the only ones that are gold in my tank, really. To be truthful, and then they have these ones here these are all Monties. That's Monties. That's a dragon's blood chalice. Then that one there, that's a gold. That's a gold rush, I think it is. Gold rush chalice. That one. There, that one. And then like I said, and then those ones are just the that's the jack-o'-lantern, and that's it. There's some frags of the gold rush there, just there. These ones, and they're the seductive Zoas. But that's it. That's all I've got really.
Yeah. Looks good, mate.
And so just look at the size. Look at the size of that Hollywood Stunner there. I've done that for a 50p piece. About 3 months ago. Look at the size of it now.
Wow. Yeah. It's huge.
Look at it. It's just taken over that. It's just absolutely. Do not put that anywhere near. I mean, you can see it growing up the actual rock now. See it?
Rock, isn't it?
Yeah. Do not put that anywhere near any other coral because it's an absolute killer. It stings anything. You know what I mean? It's just stupid. And I'm just gonna have to keep snapping it, just keep fragging it and putting it in the graveyard. Do you know what I mean? That's what's gonna have to happen with it.
There's one for you, Steve. Just thinking of the epitaph on Steve's gravestone. He died happily while looking at fish tanks through the window of the bus. It was just his passengers that died screaming. Brilliant. I like that.
That is good.
Hey, that's a very good. That's a cracker.
It's a true story. That's a true story, basically. That's what's going to happen.
So here's a really, really, really good question that I don't know if we've had before, but I'm going to throw it out there to you guys and see what the answer is. What made you start a coral reef tank? I don't know if we've answered that on here before.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
Go on, Jay. You go first.
Mine's a difficult one, to be honest.
There must be something that's done it.
Yeah, no. I know exactly what started it. I needed a hobby that I could take my mind off what was going on in my life.
Yeah.
So at the time, which was about a year and a half ago, my wife got breast cancer, and she was going through treatment and stuff like that. And I was trying to support her and stay positive, and I needed something just like to escape, and have my own little thing that I could focus on and concentrate on. It wasn't to do with my job and to do with that.
Yeah.
And I kind of just started watching YouTube and started getting into it, and I love like the natural world, and as a geographer I like that. So I thought, right, I'll have a go at this, and it's just it is a challenge, isn't it? So I thought, I'll have a go at this. It'll keep my mind busy and keep me focused, and obviously then I can support my wife better. And then I started up the tank. So it's a bit of a strange one, really, but it's helped me out. It helped me in a really difficult time. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And it's probably in a roundabout way helped loads of people now as well, I would imagine, through that. So, that's one thing that I've always said, that the tank's really therapeutic. I mean, even for me now, I'm not going through anything like what you're going through, but you come through and you sit down and you look at the tank and you sit for ages looking at it and you find yourself chilled out, you're quite peaceful, you're relaxed, don't you? It takes you away from life as such in general. So, I get that, mate. That makes sense, to be honest.
Yeah, it takes you to a different place when you're watching your tank, doesn't it? Like you say, it's tranquil, and it's just nice to sit there. And I often say on my videos, I just sit there with a cup of tea, and that's what I do, just relax and just sit there and watch what goes on. But yeah, it was a bit of a challenge. It was an escape at that time, just to keep me sane.
Yeah. No,
it's the age-old thing. Like you'll say, I'm just going to go and feed the fish, and then it's been an hour has passed before you actually realise that you've sat down to feed the fish, and you've sat and watched them for so long, and you go downstairs and get shouted at saying, "Where the hell have you been for the past hour?" I went and fed the fish. Sorry. But it's definitely got therapeutic properties. That's for sure.
Great place to be in the tank. And the people as well, like all you guys have supported me in the hobby and stuff. And
exactly.
You get chatting with other people about your passionate thing, which is the reef tank. And now it's just, I wouldn't be without it. Absolutely love. I love the hobby. I love it.
Yeah. It definitely changes your life, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I'm a bit poorer though. I'm a bit poorer for it, but
but mine was, like I said, mine was a difficult one as well, to be truthful. Like, I mean, I've always been interested in tanks, but I used to suffer with depression. I did have a lot of depression years and years ago, and stuff. And I was like on, antidepressants, and I was monging myself up. But I did have like a drink problem, so I used to drink a lot. A few through issues, really, do you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And I'm not going to go into it, but I was just like, I was going down the wrong path, and I was going to end up in jail, and a lot of other things that were coming. And then I started getting it, and then I was going to get sectioned off. That's how bad it got and stuff. So I was like really bad, with my mindset. And then I just, my missus was the one really that put me into it. She was like, you need something, you need to do something. I was going to the gym and I was working out, but it just wasn't enough. And then obviously she'd see me because I was on YouTube and I was watching videos of marine tanks and stuff. And she was the one who said, buy a fish tank. Why don't you get a fish tank and start? Try it. You know what I mean? And I was like, it's too much money. I don't want, what happens if I don't like it, or what happens if it fails? And I was just putting myself down, going into that depression mode again, with it all. And in the end, I was just like, shook my head and I said, Steve, sort your head out. You know what I mean? Get to grip. You know what I mean? And it was the best thing, like you said, Jay, that I could have ever done, because I got it and I never looked back. And then literally, I think it was like 2 or 3 months into the tanking journey that I had, I came off my antidepressants, and I've never been on them since. You know what I mean? Never touched them ever since. So it's done something for me. It's done something for my missus. It's done something for my family. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, and it is. There's always a story behind something that's got you into the hobby, and that was as men, especially men, we don't want to talk about it as much, about depression. Don't want to talk about, like, I was on the verge, certain parts of my life, I was on the verge of suicide, like, mega. That's how close I was getting, do you know what I mean? Taking my own life. And it, if it wasn't for my missus mainly to kick me up the arse, basically, and sort me out, yeah, I don't know where I would have been. I would have been dead or in jail. That's the only two places I would have been. Do you know what I mean? But now, like, I love life. I love life with this. You know what I mean? Like you said, a lot poorer, a hell of a lot poorer than what I used to be. Do you know what I mean? But happy for it. So that's the main thing. You know what I mean? I'm happy. I'd rather be poor and happy than than welfare and not happy. Do you know what I mean? It's as simple as that. So, but yeah, that's what got me into it. You know what I mean? And yeah, I love it. I love it now. I never, like you said, I couldn't see myself without a tank. No, it's just, you know, God forbid anything happens to this, like it crashed. Touch wood, it never does. But if it did, I mean, I might close it down, but I'll get a smaller tank. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's I couldn't see myself without one.
Very good. So one thing I will say, massive respect to both of you guys there for sharing that. That means a lot. So appreciate you sharing that on here. I know it takes a lot to say that. So
just wanted to be honest, mate. So that's the main.
Yeah,
no,
that's it.
That takes a lot. Sure. So hats off to you for that one. Mine's is nowhere near anything like that. I just literally had freshwater tanks for years and years, and I then went on to, every time you're in the store looking at freshwater stuff and that, you see the saltwater tanks, you go, oh, that's stunning. But then you look at it and you go, I don't know how to do that. I need to be a scientist. I'm not clever enough to do that. You know, it puts you right off. So it was when lockdown came around and I thought, I'm going to have a go at this. I'm going to see what I can do. Spent loads and loads and loads of time, probably before lockdown actually, looking online. And I think that was kind of the push that gave me to do it. And then really took the plunge and went for it. So yeah, but like you say, it has got therapeutic properties in it anyway. It definitely calms you down sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's that was really mine's. That was the only reason I kept freshwater and jumped to saltwater. So yeah, but yeah, Rich, that was a brilliant question. So thank you very much for that, mate. That was a good one.
Yeah.
So on from that one, we've done a poll tonight before we come on the live stream, didn't we?
Oh yes.
So the poll was: has Jay built
I
the
reckon
people
the people
yet?
are behind me. I reckon they're going to.
So if we end this poll, there was 28 people. Sorry, where's the link? Disappeared. I need to wait for it to pop back up. Hang on. Live television. So has Jay built the Pico yet? 72% of people said no.
Oh no.
27% said yes.
I'm known as
69 votes.
I'm known as the letdown of the live streaming, right?
So Jay, we'll pass it over to you now, and you can take it away.
Do we need a drum roll? Is there more than one side been built? That's what we want to know.
I've got good news, gents. I have got good news. Obviously, I've had half term, haven't I? I've been at home for a week. I thought there's no way I could not build this. So I have. I've actually built it. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Hey!
Wow, there we go. Look at that.
Hey!
Honestly, it looks so smart, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's cool, aren't they?
Like when you have it in front of you, it does look really, really smart. Yeah.
His son made it. Did your son make it?
He'd probably do a better job. He did the Lego Reef, didn't he?
So how did you find building it then, Jay?
So I didn't find it too hard. Obviously, I had an issue with the glue. So because I left it so long, the previous glue went off, and you were all taking the mick. I didn't know you had to build it within 2 months. But yeah, my glue went off. So I got in touch with Pico Tank. Shout out to Pico Tank. Got in touch with Pico Tank, and I said, I'm really struggling with the glue, and you guys just keep taking the pee out of me because just can't get it out. But am I like getting like an old man here and I just can't squeeze it or something? I watched Ross's video back and I was like, he's having no problem getting that glue out. I'm like, there's something wrong with my glue here. I messaged him. He was like, is it gloopy? I was like, yeah, it is a bit gloopy actually. He said, don't worry, mate. I'll send you a new side, new bottom, some new glue, and the little mini test, little practice one.
Oh yeah.
Sent them all out within about a week or so. I think a couple of days, maybe 3 or 4 days, something like that. And then obviously,
2023.
It probably is. And I sat down with it on Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? Yeah, it was Wednesday. With all the bits out. I filmed the video, and I'm going to put the video out on YouTube tomorrow.
Oh,
I'm
great.
excited for that one. But I am so impressed with the product. Honest to God, it's just like it's such a high quality finish to it for such a cheap.
It is. It's good. Yeah,
45 quid, and it looks super smart.
Does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Everything obviously is like made to measure. Nice finish on the acrylic. It just looks really. I was so impressed as well. I know this is like a simple thing. The little return nozzle is adjustable as well, isn't it? You can tilt it.
Yeah.
Like the little details for something so cheap.
Yeah,
I was blown away by it, and I showed my wife Kate, and I showed my little boy as well, and they were like, "Oh, that was so cool."
It is.
For a little tank,
it is.
It looks brilliant.
So what are you going to do with it? Are you going to stick it in your lad's bedroom, or are you going to leave it in there?
So I'm going to put it in my little boy's bedroom, but I think I need that plinth. So there's an add-on plinth, isn't there?
Yeah.
Good plinth you can get for it, mate.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy that actually. It's on the side. I think I'm gonna get that. It looks good. It looks better. It looks like it's. I mean, like you said, it's a quality piece now, but it looks even more quality, doesn't it? You know, with that bamboo plinth, it does look a lot better.
It does look good with the bamboo plinth. It just makes it look a bit more. Well, it looks to me like 100, 200 quid tank to me. But
by the way, how good is the light on it? That little TMC light is brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
really
great.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I did what you said, Ross, and I put the little extra bit, you know, the little spare bit on the back.
Yeah.
I copied you there, mate.
Well, actually, the new tanks come with that now, mate. They come with a bit for that.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
You got the elbow as well from Kim, didn't you? I think Kim's in the chat, actually. I've seen her earlier.
I was going to say, look, shout out to Kimmy's Reef for the adapter. That is so good as well, the adapter is.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier, doesn't it?
Look how smart it looks, though. I haven't even got let me put my basket in. I haven't even put my basket in yet.
Oh, did you get a basket as well, mate? Yeah?
Yeah, I copied off.
It's not copied, that's what they're for.
I'm like a few months behind just so I can see what everybody else is doing. I
see why he done it now. He waited just to make sure that we all knew.
So I don't like to rush into anything with this hobby. I just like to take my time with it. Before setting up that tank, I must have watched about 4 or 5 months of YouTube. Oh, thanks. Just so I like to see what other people do. I mean, look at that.
It's good, isn't it? It is perfect.
Yeah, perfect little fit that is.
Other way, Jay.
The other way, Jay. The other way, mate. We never set up a tank.
180. No, back round. That's the one.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, because that would block the baffle, wouldn't it? The weird thing.
That would, mate.
And it goes down there. There we go. I have got some. Oh, there we go. So I didn't realise I was on the big screen.
Brilliant.
So that's it there. But
looks good, that.
Yeah, it's open.
Yeah, quality.
And I chose orange just because the other bits were orange, weren't they? These bits.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It matches it.
And it matches in. But, oh my God, this
so,
looks good.
The question is, Jay, are we getting a live filling of it tonight?
You know what, right? Some people, so on my Instagram, I posted a picture on my Instagram, and they said, "Can you fill it up on the live?" And I was like, you know what? Why not? Why not do a live test? I genuinely, I swear on my mum's life, I have not tested it for water. So
you don't.
This is a genuine live test. I don't know. I hope it doesn't, but it could just like.
It could go pear-shaped. Yeah, it could go pear-shaped. Yeah.
What the lights on?
So, I think the people in the comments have got extremely excited now, Jay. With
yeah.
I'm gonna.
So you're gonna do a water test? Fair play, Jay.
Yeah.
Question is, are you going to sit it in something? Are you going to put the poppy mat below it? What's the plan?
Let's just put the lights on so we can see what the hell's going on with it. I mean, look how smart that light looks. It's ace, isn't it?
The light's brilliant, isn't it?
It's good, isn't it? It is good.
It is ace. It won't be that clean for very long.
There we go. It's better than white, isn't it? Hang on, Jay. I'm going to put you on solo again.
I've left the bottom on those. Did you lot leave that plastic on the bottom?
No, I took mine off. I took mine off, yeah.
You took yours off, did you?
Yeah. I've left mine on.
I've used quite a bit of glue, look, so you can see on the. I've used quite a bit of glue, so I'm hoping.
Doesn't matter that, mate. I used about 4 tubes of that stuff.
I remember yours. So what I'll do is, here we go. So a couple of people on Instagram said, "Can you do it on the live stream?" So I was like, "Yeah, why not?"
I'm going to put you back on the solo layout, Jay.
Yeah, a bit of paper. Yeah.
Paper, see if it drips.
Yeah.
Right. Pray to God this.
Pray to God.
Here.
Right. I do need to go and get a jug. I ain't got a jug here. Let's just go get a jug.
No worries.
Right.
Yeah.
Go for it. I'll take you off solo until you're back.
Fingers crossed, mate.
With the anti sliders on there.
Good, isn't it?
It's all the little touches. It's just so good.
Yeah, then, it's perfect, isn't it?
Then did you have your name? You had your names on there, didn't you?
Yeah. It is. You know, like just little tiny touches, little tiny touches like that. It just makes it personal, doesn't it? You know what I mean to you.
And my little boy absolutely loves it. You know what I mean?
Did you build it with him, Jay?
I built it next to him.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if, you know about the glue. Because obviously the glue, it's not child friendly, is it? The glue.
Yeah.
Well, no.
The aerosols that come off it and stuff. But he was sat next to me and he was just watching me build it. Obviously, he could have built it because he built this one. But
yeah. Did you build the little tester tank, Jay, or did you just go straight for it?
I didn't build. If I'm honest, I didn't build the tester tank.
Oh, straight in.
This is like I said on my video. This is like two of my favourite things because I love Lego, and this is like it's like building into it with Lego.
Yeah.
And I love reefing. It's just like the perfect boy's toy, isn't it? It's a boy's toy. That's what it is.
I seriously think like a lot of I think a lot more of these, like I think you'll see a lot more companies coming out and building these sort of tanks. You know, like flat pack ones where you make them yourself.
I think they will.
I've just got another question in the chat, a little poll here that Gaugao suggested saying, will it leak? So answer away in the poll for that one and see what you think.
I'm hoping it doesn't.
See, I'm going to give you the first vote and I'm going to say no, it's not going to.
Water can get everywhere, can't it? That's the thing.
I'm going to say you're going to be good. I believe, Jay.
Cheers,
I believe in you, mate. I believe in you.
Thank you. The thing is, if there's a gap, water finds it, doesn't it? That's the thing.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Right, let me just.
And I'm not being funny. You know, the most annoying ones is the size of a pinprick. You know, the size of a needle. Yeah. And you'll just see it like start to pop out like a little drop, and you're like, "Where the hell is that coming from?" So frustrating. You know, that's what it was with mine. You know what I mean? Little tiny pinpricks.
I've built two of them now. I don't know where the second one. I've got two of them anyway, and both of them are sealed first time. But I think when Paul built his, it was like 4 days in, and we started to develop a little leak. So you know, I think you need to fill it and then watch it for maybe a week or so and make sure that there's not anything that leaks out. But I mean, I think if it's going to leak, it'll be a tiny little leak rather than anything. Having said that, Jay getting the towel out doesn't really fill me with confidence here.
Yeah.
It's just I want to keep the paper. I want to keep the paper dry.
Well, if it leaks, Jay, you're not going to keep the paper dry. Can I be wrong? Or what?
You better not burst open on this bloody video.
So, Jay, so far you've got 61% of people are saying that it won't leak. So the public's in your favour here, mate.
Cheers, guys and girls. Appreciate it.
Here we go.
I've already got the paper wet already. Look, you see.
Oh no!
Here we go.
I'm trying to get you on solo.
Did you put the pump on?
I didn't until after I filmed it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Cheers, Ross.
No problem. That's a good start. We've not got any water in the rear chamber yet, so it's doing well.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, it's going well.
I'm assuming you're just testing it with tap water, Jay. That's what I done.
No, this is salt water.
Is it?
I did a water change. Yeah, I did a water change yesterday, and then I got.
Nice.
Oh, you just saved the water.
Yeah, this is just left.
Oh, is this spare? Oh, spare, right?
But I thought it'd be filling up the back a bit quicker than that. To be fair.
No, get it going, Jay. Get it too.
See the bit that's coming out the back of the tank, mate. That might be your issue.
What? You idiot! You've got me going, man. God, you have to have it right near to the top to get the nozzle under, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Hey, it's going there, Jay.
It's doing well, mate.
Perfect.
Oh.
Perfect there.
There you go. That's it.
That's it, mate. That's all you need.
Is that about right?
Yeah.
Right.
Now it's the waiting game.
Yeah.
Look.
We've got 45 minutes left of the stream, so we'll see.
Let me have a look.
It's investigation time.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Obvious
immediate.
leaks yet.
There's no obvious leak at the moment.
It's a good
Oh,
sign to
that's
start with, mate.
Yeah, that's a
Is
good
it?
sign, mate. Yeah.
I should have made this part of my video, shouldn't I, for YouTube?
You could screen record it afterwards, I suppose.
This is going to be my thumbnail picture. This is. Do you know
There you
what?
go,
That
mate.
looks so smart. It looks so smart. How long does it take to show up? A couple of minutes.
Yeah,
It could take-
it could do, mate. Could take a little bit longer.
I think it.
Look at him, he's so happy. He's so
I think
happy.
I've actually done it.
Right.
Yours
Well done,
didn't leak.
mate.
Oh, did it, Ross?
That is good. Well done. Proud of you.
Hey, 10 out of 10 there, mate.
Are we getting the pump on, Jay? Are we going to try that?
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
That's
you
the
might
bit
as
I
well.
spilled before. That's a little bit of spillage from before. But yeah, around the actual tank, there isn't any marks there.
So, Jay, the comments are basically saying, tell your son he's done a brilliant job. That's what everybody's saying.
Thanks, guys. He love that. Look how smart it looks.
It does look
good,
good.
doesn't it? Right, do I have to
Hey,
put the pump
10
in?
out of 10 there, Jay, for sure.
Yeah, you may as well try
I
the
was
pumping.
nervous because I genuinely hadn't tested it. That was a live test, but it looks like it's done it. I'm actually quite
Right.
shocked as well.
Hey,
Take
fair play
your
to you,
time and
mate.
there's no issues, mate.
But because I've done that as well now, I've got a lot of love for that tank because I've actually built it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understand? You know what I mean? Because you actually build it, you feel part of it, don't you?
Absolutely.
More part of it than just buying one.
Just watch. The next thing we're going to come on and there'll be a Cobra meeting because Jay's built a 6-foot tank from acrylic and he's just wanting a bit of help with it.
Do you have enough sand? I think. Are you taking it right there, Brett? I think Brett's taking him. He's seen my sand collection.
Sand
Right,
collection.
let's try the.
Are you going for the
try
pump?
this. Yeah, let's try the pump.
I think you'll be quite surprised because the pump's quite powerful for a little.
It is quite
Oh,
powerful.
don't say that.
You could turn
Oh,
it
it'll
down
be
though,
fine.
can't you?
Yeah.
You could adjust it as well.
Yeah,
Look
it's-
at that.
It's a bit. How do you turn
Yeah.
it down?
You need to take it out and
There's
adjust
like
the slider on
You
it.
take out. Yeah, there's a slider on the back
Oh,
of the pump.
you're joking.
You slide it. No,
Can't
you've got to
take-
slide it.
it's already in.
No, you get. You know what? I used the toothbrush. You know the toothbrush end on the other end. Turned
Yeah.
it round and slid it across that way. Moved it that way with the toothbrush, the handle, toothbrush handle.
Let me show you. It is. I think that's a bit too powerful. Does it start on full?
No,
does
you,
it?
remember, you've not got a wave maker in it. So
Yeah,
remember, you
that's
need
fine, mate. That's okay.
perfect that, mate.
Look at that. That is so cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm chuffed to bits with that. That's a brilliant tank. Thanks, Pico Tank.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Top guy.
45,
Top.
For 45 quid,
Can't go wrong,
Yeah.
can you?
couldn't be happier.
No.
Could not be happier. But yeah.
Michael said, don't forget to take some water out when you add the sand, mate. Valid point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That is
rock.
actually,
And rock.
Tropic Marine saltwater. That's
Yeah.
1.025, but I haven't got my heater in. My heater's in here.
There you
Yes.
go, you're going to, remember, you're going to have to carry this through to your son's room as well, Jake. So maybe we
Yeah,
can go
yeah.
Michael just now.
Yeah, at this rate, I'm ending up setting it all up here. I think that I'm going to leave the water in, obviously, because it is salt water.
Yeah.
Leave that running. I'll just leave it running overnight, I think. Well, nothing's going to happen,
Yeah.
is it?
Well. Yeah. Don't jinx yourself.
But that
Yeah.
is and it's only been because I'm not very good at building things really. That's down to the product and the glue that they gave me, the instructions.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I use your video. I thought I can either read instructions or watch a video. I'm going to watch the video. It's so much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I watched that beforehand before I did mine. It was dreadful. But
so there we have it. It's up and running.
Yeah.
Good, mate. I'm impressed, actually.
Hey. Fair play, Jay. You know what?
Yes.
You're a better tank builder than me, mate. I'm going to give you that. You're a better tank builder than me.
Well, when I saw yours, that's a good thing about delaying. When I saw yours, I thought, surely it's not going to be as bad as that. I couldn't even see in it. It was that much silicon.
But at least my SPS don't turn brown. Remember that.
Well, that's...
Shots fired.
The reason why we did this was to have a bit of fun, though, wasn't it? It was just to have a bit of fun.
Absolutely. You know what? It's took off, hasn't it?
I don't think it would have took off as well as it has. I mean, there's loads of people got them now.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
that's
that's it. It's a great challenge, isn't it?
I think the long-term side of it will probably be a bit more difficult than the initial bit. The initial bit's good fun, but long-term.
I in my little Pico tank, I started like getting a little bit of algae in it, you know, because there's no fishes there, or there's nothing to take any about. No, because remember, it's a saltwater tank, isn't it? It's alive, it's a living organism in it, so it's still going to get algae if there's nothing to eat it. So I put a snail in there, and like literally, it's took all algae 2 days ago, and the algae is completely gone off the rock. Everything is gone. The snail's just gone. But I'm doing like two water changes a week on that thing. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
so I'm doing two water changes a week. I mean, it's not much. It's only like 5 litres or something, isn't it? So it's not much. But
I'm doing about 3 litres.
Yeah, it might be about 3 litres actually. Yeah.
It's such a great, it's just a great little tank.
Is.
I was just thinking for like for a kid's bedroom. Or an office, if you've got a little computer next to you, got that.
Yeah, you can have that at your work. Yeah, but it's all USB powered.
Yeah.
But you don't need to turn it into a thing.
Put that on your desk at work. That's what to do.
Yeah. And if you think about it, what's to stop you turning it into like a little freshwater tank, you know, with little tetras or something like that?
Nothing.
Tiny microscopic little tetras. Do you know what I mean?
That's actually how they started out. So Peacock actually started out with his tanks being freshwater, and I spoke to him about doing a saltwater one, and he said it was something he always wanted to do but hadn't actually done yet. So when we spoke to him and decided, well, you know, we could change the freshwater one to be a little more saltwater, and with the changes that we made to it, and I think it works really, really well.
Yeah. You know what? I might actually. I've never got into it, but I might actually. I do like, you know, the freshwater with the leaf, you know, with the greens and the leaves are. They do look. There's something look really good about them. And like you said, I don't think they'll be you know, as challenging as saltwater for sure. Do you know what I mean? I think they'll be okay in that. But like little tiny tetras in it. I think I might even go that route and get another one actually. Put it at the side of it.
I quite fancy getting he does like a shallow version of it. Have you seen that? It's like a bigger tank.
I've seen it.
About 8 litres, I think maybe, or is it just that? But it's a shallow one, and it looks really nice.
If I get one, I'm going to tell him to make it up for me. Just you know, I'll pay him extra because I don't want to make it up.
See, the thing is, if you go on Instagram and look up now, I don't know if you've seen the guy. His name's Goldie Singh, I think. I think he lives in India. And he does quite a lot of the freshwater tanks in the little Pico ones, and some of his stuff's really, really nice.
I have seen him. Yeah, he always comments on that on the videos and all that, doesn't he? And on
seems like a really nice guy, actually, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Always, you know what I mean. In fact, actually, I think he's the first one who comments on Instagram all the time on mine. Right at the very top, he's the first one. Yeah. So he's seen, and like you said, it seems really good what he does for sure.
I'm just going to ping up this comment just now because this was something that we spoke about last week. Shout out to the Coral Centre. I bought some awesome corals online this week to support ethical reefing, homegrown at a good price. Thanks, Rob. Now, I think it was Ian that actually asked us if anybody had used the Coral Centre, and none of us had. So that's quite good to see that, you know, he's had a good experience with that. So
Yeah.
Coral sensor.
Yeah, it's like a little. He's got like a little man. It's like a coral type dude thing. I don't know what it is. If it's like a torch coral or a hammer or something, there's a wee logo. You've probably seen it, but I think they've got like a big coral farm type thing where they grow all their own corals. So that was one that was mentioned the other week.
Let's have a little look. I always go to Signature Frags for my corals.
Yeah, we can't all go dressed in a suit and tie to go and get corals. That's the problem.
Only special occasions. You go back to the ones you trust, don't you? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Where you know the corals are healthy and you're not going to have a load of pests on them.
There's one for you, Steve. You get a freshwater one, some little ender guppies. They're quite good.
Some little ender guppers. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what it is. Like with fresh,
tiny little freshwater fish you can get in there.
That's what I was just about to say. Right, you took the words out of my mouth. With freshwater, you can get tiny little fish, can't you? Yeah. Microscopic fish, which will go perfect in that. But me as a complete, you've done it, haven't you? Sort of like me, I've never ever. I'd have to do research on it because I've never even entertained it, mate. I don't know if you put tap water in. I don't have a clue. I don't know what you do with
easy.
It.
So I mean, I keep cichlids, and without a word of a lie, now okay, my TDS, my tap's only like 30. But see, when I do a water change on my cichlid tank, I can take out 50 litres and dump in 50 litres of tap water straight from the tap, dump it in the tank, and walk away, and that's the water change done.
So does it matter like what TDS it is?
Well, it doesn't to me. I know some people put tap water conditioner and everything in, but I found with freshwater stuff, with me especially, I've always used tap water and never ever had an issue with it. Some people will put in tap water conditioner or stress coat or stuff like that, but I've never done any of that and I've never had any issues. I've bred them for a long time and it works really well. I think the only time when you have to go a bit more kind of technological is when you go into like some of the high-end planted tanks where you've got like oxygen systems and that in them. But I mean, I've had freshwater tanks with quite a lot of plants and so on, and they look really good. And just literally dumping in tap water every week, and that's it. It's so easy. And then you
that's what I mean.
Glass because you can get the plex, so you get the plecos that suck on the glass and clean all the glass. So you can chuck water in and leave it for a week, and then just do a water change the next. It's so easy.
Yeah, because I have seen some freshwater videos like somewhere it looks like there's a waterfall coming down. They just look incredible on this green patch there. Yeah. And then he had like this, bubble thing. It looked like something you get out of a science class. And it had like a hang on like bubble. It was like a bubble counter that was put in, and I was like, what in it? And I was like, wow, I'm like blown away. I'm like flipping heck. I thought some systems were like complicated at first. This one is like I'm staying away from it. But it's like I said, I didn't know whether you use tap water. I knew that you had to put some sort of like, what's it called, prime, is it, or something like that? Yeah, like a conditioner. But is that to take? I'm assuming is that to take out like any silicons, or is that what's it for?
Chlorines and stuff like that, I think, mate.
Is it chlorine?
Right. I've never ever, hand on heart, I've never used it. I just dump the water straight from the tap into my tank, and it works perfect.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's so easy.
And what's the temperature? What do they have to live at? I don't even know. Like the temperature, is it tap water temperature? What is it?
26 is what mine's is set at, mate.
Oh, so it's still got so it's got to be warmed up then, the water. Yeah. Right. That's what I mean. I'm completely thinking that one. It's like
just stick with your saltwater, Steve.
Yeah. No, I might try something like that just to see what it's like.
That's
flukes and saltwater.
The other thing that took the shine off this one. So my little boy was going, "Oh, Daddy, that tank looks awesome. What fish we getting?" I was like, "It's too small for fish." It's like, "You see his face?" He just went,
"Yeah."
So well, we can have like crabs and shrimp in it and things. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's all right then."
Yeah.
He's sat in his dreams because he couldn't get fish in it.
This is a good comment from Haley. Actually, I've heard a lot of people doing this. Now, again, I've never done it. But what they'll do is they'll fill a couple of buckets with tap water and leave the lid off for 24 hours, and then they just chuck it straight in. Supposedly leaving it sitting for 24 hours sorts the water out. I don't quite know how, if the bad stuff evaporates or whatever, if it settles, but that's quite a common thing. I mean, that's quite an old school thing as well. I'm sure when I started, that's what my dad used to do. He would change the water and just sit 2 barrels in the house with the lids off them and leave them there and then just chuck them in. So it's certainly freshwater's
that's crazy,
definitely much easier. There's a comment here from Rich saying, would RO be bad for freshwater? I believe it is, because you're taking away the nutrients and the stuff that they need. So I don't think using RO is the right thing to do for a freshwater tank. I've never done it, but I don't think it's what you're supposed to do. I think you're better just putting tap water in so it's got nutrients and so on from all the chemicals in the tap. Now that sounds crazy, but I think that is the best way to do it.
Yeah. Tell you what, you learn something new every day on this live stream, don't you? For sure. I'm learning about freshwater now. Wow, it's crazy.
So there you go. Like Haley said, they're old school, tried and tested for 25 years. So yeah, it does work. That's what I say. That's the way my dad used to do it years and years ago. So yeah.
Yeah, 8 Adams put it's meant to let the chlorine evaporate. So yeah, you're right, Ross. It's it evaporates all the badness out of it. Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh God.
Good fresh pH too.
Yeah,
no, Brett Dyer. No, Brett. No.
No.
Come on now.
No.
Ross has already got about 4 tanks already. I mean, got 5. Got 5.
Can't do another one. So
fresh water. Go on.
I've got 2 freshwater tanks downstairs. Then I've got
right.
the crab tank, the frog tank, the nano, the pico, the new one, and another pico.
Yeah.
And you go to work.
What's the admission on your front door at the moment for Sea Life Centre?
I can't say that on air, mate. This is a family-friendly show.
You could charge to come and look around your house. All the kids on the street would love to have a look around.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be a good idea, mate.
And you never go on holiday, do you?
Yeah.
Well, I know. Yeah, that's the benefit of it. So, like, see, even now, usually when we go to America, we'll go for 3 weeks. So you go away, and all I do with it, well, I've not had the saltwater tanks since, but when I had the freshwater tanks, all I would do was set an auto feeder on the top, fill it up, and go away for 3 weeks, and that was it. Come back, no issues whatsoever, because the glass is clear, everything's good. It works. The freshwater's so easy.
Yeah. That's my only thing is like with going away. You know, like I've not been away since. Well, I've been away with but the mother-in-law looked after it, and there wasn't really much through. But there wasn't much coral in it at the time, so I wasn't really that bothered. You know, like if something happened, then you know it is what it is. Yeah. But and it was only for a week. Whereas this year my brother's getting married in Turkey, so we're going away for 2 weeks in August. So it might be boiling hot. Yeah. Anyway, I've got a friend from the LFS. He said, "Oh yeah, I know this guy." Well, I actually knew him. You know what I mean? I've known him for ages. I didn't even know he's actually set up his own aquarium maintenance company. So I was like, "Oh, fantastic!" So I've got his card, got his number. So he says, "Don't worry, I'll sort it." I said, "Nothing really needs to be done, just other than changing the RO because the RO will run out." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just like feeding the fish. And that's all that. Because like I said, it goes to ease of maintenance. You don't need to do anything on it. It's all run on controllers, so it's all run. Other than if the electrics trip, which touch wood it doesn't, yeah. But other than that, that's the only issue that can go wrong with it. Do you know what I mean? But hopefully, fingers crossed, everything will be fine. But that's my nightmare. Is like, oh, something happening while I'm away. I'll be devastated. I'll never go on holiday again ever. I'll stay home. she could go away. She could take the kids, and I'll stay at home, mate.
I just want to touch on this comment here from Scott, who said you've some clever viewers watching this show.
Yeah. Absolutely. I just thought that.
See some of the advice and things that's been given in the comments is unbelievable. Like really, really good advice there. Really knowledgeable people. So thank you very much to everybody in the chat. Not just on this live stream, but on all the live streams we've done fantastic jobs. So yeah.
It's like Haley. Yeah. Haley's so knowledgeable. She knows everything. She knows about fresh water. She knows salt water. You know, she knows everything. Tell you, it is. It's true. It's very true. That
very knowledgeable. So
absolutely,
it's good. It helps us, doesn't it? It helps us.
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's have a look at the chat. What we've got here.
I'll tell you what. Sorry, Ross. I was at Kraken Corals the other day, and they had one of those, you know, those pistol shrimps in there. It was massive, absolute. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you can have them in a glass tank, can you?
Uh,
Because wouldn't that be able to crack the glass?
Do you mean a mantis shrimp?
A mantis shrimp, sorry, not a pistol shrimp. A mantis shrimp. Have them in a glass tank. You know what I mean?
You can, but I think
somebody said you can, and I went, I wouldn't have one. I'd have it in a, you know, an acrylic tank because I came home and I thought, let me do a little bit of research, and the speed at what they punch, is the equivalent of a bullet, mate. That's that, you know, the speed of a bullet. You can't see it. It's that fast. And that's how they kill crabs and all that, to eat them and all that. They basically crack the shell and knock them out basically, and then crack the shell and eat them. And that's what they do with the speed of it. And I was like, there is no chance where I put that. And yet some other people will say, yeah, you go in a glass tank. Not imagine that it just got a bit peed off with you one day and it smashed your tank, hit the glass. No chance. Acrylic for me, mate. Those things.
I've seen people who've had them in their sump. In fact, Nessie's Lair have got a couple. We had a couple of them actually for sale. I don't know if they've sold them or not. And it was really cool because you showed them eating one day, and like you say, you drop in and it just comes out and smacks it. And then takes it away.
Smacks it. Yeah.
See, if you walk past the tank, it'll come out and look at you, and if you put your finger down, it comes out and punches to get your finger basically.
Wow.
I don't know how sore it would be, but supposedly they can break glass. But again, it depends how thick the glass is in your tank. But I've heard of people putting them in their sump, which I think would be a risky business. But yeah, you never know. But they're really cool, aren't they?
No. You know what? They fascinate me, mate. When I was like reading on them, I just briefly read on them on like what they are. I mean, I've seen them before. Don't get me wrong, but like I've never really like read into them what they're like and all that. And they've got the best eyesight out of all marine life, believe it or not. They can see like 360 degrees, and it's just like, oh god, they look creepy, don't they? They look like alien like, but they're fascinating. They are. I'd love to have one, but not in this tank. No chance.
There's an interesting comment here from Ian who said he's emailed Severn Trent. I'm not sure where that is. I'm assuming that's down London way, is it? Don't know.
Severn Trent, yeah. Severn Trent's near us.
Is it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Midlands, yeah.
All right. They've said they don't put chloramine. They only use chlorine if there's a contamination issue. 24 hours evaporation and tap safe for belt and braces approach sorts it. So that goes back to what Haley was saying earlier about putting 2 buckets out and just leaving that. So yeah, that's another way to do it if you're doing a freshwater tank.
Yeah, Galgal's put stunning. He wants it in his acrylic tank. I've got a bulletproof tank.
Have you seen the acrylic tank that Galgal's got? It takes up most of his garage with the looks of it, and it is about an inch, well, it's an inch thick acrylic. It looks absolutely massive.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? It's a great guy, Galgal. Great guy.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate that. It does look so good for the money. Super.
Here's a good question from Rudra. Is there a coral you're still on the hunt for, or are you happy with your corals just now and just want them to grow? So for me personally, in that little tank, I'm adding nothing else. I'm just letting it grow out now. That is it. I'm going to be focusing on adding new corals to this tank, but that tank is just going to grow out. I'm not planning on taking anything from that tank out. I might take a couple of little bits of some of the sand out, but that tank I want to grow out, so I'm not looking for anything at all just now. That is literally where I'm at. But you guys?
For me, I'm getting really into Gonipora. I think they just look like the colour and the movements torch-like as well because they sway, don't they? And I'm really liking those. So I think probably a couple of variations of Gonipora. I've got a blue and orange one which I absolutely love at the front here now. I'm going to add to that collection. Gonipora, love them.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, Steve? I agree. Totally agree, mate. We got it. One more coral, and it's something like like a glitter gunny or something like that, or something special. Because I got that little rock. I got that little rock dinner. The little rock, the frag rocks. And I've still got one space. I've got one frag space open, so I need to be something special. But then all of it's filled up then, and then I'm just gonna let my tank grow out. Yeah, that's.
Have you seen the colours of some of the ones you get in America, by the way?
Oh yeah, they're incredible.
They're unbelievable.
On Facebook, there's a group called it's like the Gonipora, like such a thing, Gonipora worldwide or whatever it is, and people put these are for sale because you could buy them and all that, and I look at them and I'm like that is incredible, and I click on it like, where are you, and it goes New York, and I'm like, well, I don't think they're going to ship from New York. I'm like, why do they have all the best corals over there? Like in America, they all have the best corals, don't they? you know, stunning. Like they just look absolutely incredible. And yet I'm
Thing
like,
is, though,
oh
all
well.
it takes is one person here, right, to set up a business, basically bringing corals from America to the UK, fragging them, growing them, and selling them here, and it would be an overnight success. Because some of the stuff in America is phenomenal, and I mean not just corals. And I know that Nick from Reef Products has talked about this because he's trying to bring over stuff from America and so on. But I think that's where we lose out compared to some of the stuff that America gets, especially dry goods, some of the technology and stuff like that. We just don't get it here compared to what they get. And if somebody could crack that market of bringing over American stuff, I know this isn't the time to do it due to the import costs and so on, but if somebody could do that, then I think it'd be a massive success.
Rudra, what's the next call you're looking for? Rudra's, I'm asking Rudra what she'd be up for next. What's she on the hunt?
Yes.
Put in the chat if anybody else is after certain corals. I'd like to see what people are after at the moment.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So they've commented again saying, once grow out, take it you guys will start fragging. Would you sell? If so, how do you do it? Share on Facebook groups, eBay, or mention on Instagram. So for me, I would feel wrong selling something given the amount of stuff I've been given for free. So I think, honestly, I would. The amount of corals that's in that tank, the amount of corals in that tank I've been given for free is unreal. So I think if I was to frag anything, I would just give them on to other people for free. It's the only right thing to do. You can't.
You're not gonna. Your gold torch. You're not gonna give for free, for sure, mate. No chance.
A couple of people in mind that's going to get some of that, mate, and it will be for free. So yeah.
Hey, well, you're a gentleman, mate. That for sure.
It's the right thing to do. It's the only thing to do, mate.
Yeah. I mean, I've given so much away for nothing. You know what I mean? And I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying. Listen, I've just got a poxy little 350 litre tank. You know what I mean? Yeah, that grows some different corals. Yeah. So I'm not a shop or anything like that for sure. Yeah. But when guys come round or women, whatever, you know, stuff, and they want to buy some corals off me. Listen, I'm selling them for like £7 a frag and £8 a frag, £10 a frag, whereas the shops will charge 25, 30 quid for the same thing. So basically, I'm giving them away. Do you know what I mean? You know, but the money that I'm getting from it is just going towards another coral that I can grow out and sell on to the reefers, at a cheaper price. So really, it's like an investment that I just grow it in the tank, and I sell it on for the cheap price. So everybody wins in a way. I win because I get a little bit of money to put towards a new coral, a higher end coral, and then once it's ready to be fragged, I sell it on to the people so they can have it in their tank at a cheap price. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's a win-win situation for sure. Do you know what I mean? But you do. You do need to make a little bit of something, I suppose, you know, in it, because it's worth. Remember all the time, investment, the money that you put into it. You've got to make a little bit, and then you just put it back into the hobby. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? I don't keep it. I don't spend it on, you know, takeaways or going on the, you know, the lash or anything. I just put it back into my tank. Do you know what I mean? And just invest it that way.
The other thing we need to watch as well, though, and it kind of counteracts what I've just said, is that we don't end up putting local fish shops out of business. You know, if everybody starts giving corals away for free and swapping corals with people and so on, and then because we're all guilty of it, how many people have moaned to you or you've moaned about, well, there's no decent LFSs anymore, you know, there's no decent shops, you've got to go online. Why is that? Because we're not all. A lot of people are giving away corals, swapping corals, you know, and you're doing some of the local fish shops out of business. So it's a fine line between helping out fellow reefers and then undercutting fish shops to the point where they can't do it anymore. So
absolutely.
It's a difficult one, that I think, anyway.
Yeah, no, you're right for sure.
How do you get so many free corals, Ross? So I don't know. me and Steve, we spent a bloody fortune on corals, haven't we, mate? And he sat there with a tank full of bloody nice coral.
So I'm gonna pick up this comment here. I'm guilty of this as well because Rudra said he needs to change profile picture. People think I'm a chick. I thought that. It looks like a girl in the profile picture. So yeah.
Because you said it was a girl, I carried it on.
Yeah, I thought that too. This one obviously explains all the attention I've been getting on YouTube.
I apologise. Apologies. Apologies.
Haley said, not a chalice. Now, I'll be totally honest with you. I'm not a chalice fan either, but it's probably because I don't have one. When you look at them and you see them, the problem for me is I like movement. I like my colour, I like movement. The chalice has got the colour, but it doesn't have the movement, which is where I kind of struggle with it. I wouldn't pay the money for a chalice. That's where I would struggle. But when you see, like, your one, Steve, is really nice. Your one's coming on as well, isn't it? So that's where you look at it and you go, yeah, it's really nice, but I don't know. I'm still 50-50 on that one, whether I'm a chalice fan, but I don't have one, so that might be one.
I look at like that rainbow chalice, and I'm looking long term, and I'm thinking in another, like, say 2 or 3 years on how good that piece is going to look. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's the way I look at it. I think it's not about money with that, because to be truthful, I'm probably not even going to sell any of it. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to be greedy with that one. I'm going to keep it to myself. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not even going to sell any of that chalice because I just want it to grow into as big as it can get. I want it to grow into a huge piece of chalice, do you know what I mean? But like I said, the other ones like the Dragon's Blood and stuff like that, and the gold, is it the Gold Rush one, the Iron Gold one? I was never really into it because, like you said, it's just like there's no movement. Like you said, it does look boring, but I love it. When you get one, I think you'll go, wow, it's great.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. One of them that, I mean, so again, I didn't really have any interest in Blastos before. And I've seen them in Nessie's Lair, and they were £15 for one, and it had a couple of different heads on the bottom, and I thought, for £15 I'm going to get one, I'm going to take a chance on it. Now it's one of my favourite corals in the tank, I absolutely love it. But it was one where before I was like, nah, I'm not really that fussed on them, but I think when you get one yourself, then that's when things change, and you start to go, oh, I really like that.
Yeah.
And like you say, when you see that growing as well, that's when it goes a bit more. But yeah, I mean, a comment from Haley there, not from me, prefer movement and sticks. So I prefer movement and colour, that's my thing. I like the colour from your softies and the movement from your LPS and so on. That's where I really like Philia especially. But
yeah. I mean, when you
everybody is different. So if everybody was the same, it'd be boring because each tank would be exactly the same. So each person can show their individuality in the tanks, which I think is really good.
Yeah. I agree. I totally agree there, but it's like a lot of people don't like, say for instance, sticks. You know, they don't like SPS. My missus can't stand them. She's like, what do you see in them? Like, she's the opposite. She's like, the euphyllias, the torches, the frog spawns, stuff like that. Yeah, she loves that sort of. And don't get me wrong, I love them. I think you need flow in a tank. It's just something different. So it looks fantastic. But when you get your first stick and you see it grow, and then you get another one, and then you get another one, and they start to grow, and they turn into Jay, I'll bring you some out the graveyard, mate. I'll call it your house. But you see them, mate. Trust me, they'll take off. Honest to God, even in yours, mate. Yours look perfect. When we seen it the other day, they look the colour, and you expect them to grow overnight. They're not going to grow overnight yet. It might take a year for them to settle in, but once they settle in and start to take off, I guarantee you'll go, I need to get another one. I need to get another SPS, and you do, and that's why I'm in the problem with where I am, where they're growing on top of each other, and now I'm like, that's my biggest mistake.
I keep knocking mine and I have to stick it back on. It like sets it back 3 months. I'm like, for God's sake. It's like just getting happy and I'm knocking. I'm like, oh no, that's just it's like the clock goes back on it, doesn't it, for a bloody 3 months again.
There's one for you, Steve. Skyman said you're picking mix for £20. You could do a mystery box, a Steve's mystery, Moggs Aquarium mystery box.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's just your luck what you get there.
Maybe. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, well, you're gonna get a good box for £20, aren't you? Especially mine, mate, for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you could do a couple of different levels, mate. You could do a £20 one, a £50 one. You know, you could up it.
You know what?
Your chance, what you get.
It's very good. You know what? Good call, actually. You know. I need to trial it out. I need to get some polystyrene boxes. You know, those little boxes that you can get. And I've got the heat packs. I've got the tubs on order from a guy who. One of my mate knows, he's sorted me out, and the actual lids, the actual tubs, they come with the actual polystyrene thingy inside it as well, so it's perfect for frag plugs. Do you know what I mean? And I'm going to trial it out. For me, it's just
get it and then post it to yourself, and then check the temperature.
Yeah, post it to myself.
So that you know. You know, like just don't put any coral in it, but post it to yourself empty with the water and the heat pack and so on, and just see.
Good idea. Yeah, good idea. Yeah. And then look surprised when I get one. Look surprised when I get one like that. Mrs. Like, what have you ordered?
This is one of these. It's called a ghost coral.
Yeah, the missus, I told you not to order anymore. Like, oh, sorry, love, yeah. I've just posted these back to myself.
So there's a comment here from Ian saying, with cracking their frag swap meeting, how do these work? Never been to one and hoping to go to this one. Now I think it's next weekend, is it not?
Yeah, next week.
Next weekend. Now I went to the last one. I'm not going to this one, but I went to the last one, and basically it's just kind of the shop's open to anybody. You can come in, you can buy stuff from the shop and so on. But if you've got any corals to swap, you can bring them along, swap them with people. You know, everything's there. It's just a kind of open day as such in the shop where you can come along, swap any corals that you have, and have a look around. That's really the way that I got it. I don't think it's anything more than that. It's not. No, it's not anything to worry about.
And this is what people like. A lot of people have messaged me, you know, on Instagram asking the same question, and people think because it's a frag swap, they think that they've got to take their own frags, you know, to it. Well, that's not the point. You can go there. You don't need any frags. You can buy people's frags. You can buy stuff from Kraken Corals itself. You know, basically just turn up. You don't need to have frags to go there. And it's a great day, isn't it? It's a really good day. You know, it's a good day out.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's a good day out, for sure. And you get to meet people, don't you? You know what I mean? People with all different experiences and stuff like that. That's the good thing. That's what I love, you know, when I go there. Not about just buying corals or whatever. It's like meeting people and their experiences, you know, and if you can help them or if they can help me, you know what I mean? We all learn, don't we?
The problem for us, though, especially the last time when I was there, now I went for 2 days, and the last time was brilliant. I spent all weekend chatting to people, but people would come up to me and say, "All right, Ross, how you doing, mate? How's things going?" And I'm like, yeah, brilliant. Have a conversation with them and walk away. And then you go, I don't know who that was. I have no idea who you spoke to there. No idea. But because there are faces on this and on the videos and that, people know who you are. But you walk away and I feel terrible because I'm thinking, I had a really great conversation with that guy and I don't know who he is. So, it's...
brilliant.
It is, you know what?
When we went, it was absolutely brilliant. We had such a laugh. And also picked up some nice calls, didn't we, and stuff like that. I really enjoyed it. I'm gutted I'm not there this time. Absolutely.
So I'm not going to this one, but I'm definitely going to. There's one in the summertime as well, I believe. So
I believe he's doing another one, in the summer,
Because I'll hopefully have the replacement tank for this setup by then, in which case we'll be looking for more corals and so on. So, come the summertime, I'm definitely going to go to that one, but I won't be at this one.
Yeah. Stay, you're not joking. I'll be your first. You know what? I am. I'm going to try. I'm going to try. I will try it some point. You know, in the next few months, I'm going to start. Like I said, there's going to be a fair bit of fragging. I mean, the frag rack here is completely full on my tank, as you've seen before. So, you know, it's just got all those the zoas, tons of zoas, and loads of other bits and bobs, you know, on it. So, it's one of them. What's that? Yeah, pick and mix.
Pick and mix. That's a blast from the past. That is. Used to love.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh, so that was me you met. No idea. it wasn't Scott. I would have known if it was Scott because he's Scottish as well. So there you go. There's a good idea. You have to wear name badges with reefer IDs.
Yeah, for sure.
Now we actually done that. There's one this weekend actually at Nessie's Lair. There's another meet. So we done. It was the Ultimate Reef Forum. You know the website. So they have kind of meets every now and then. We done one before Christmas time there. And when I showed up, there was a guy there who had actually made name badges for everyone. So he just stuck it on. And it was a great thing because you knew straight away when somebody walked past you, like, oh, I know that guy. I spoke to him on the website before.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Obviously on Ultimate Reef, you don't know anybody. Nobody knows your face. Nobody knows anybody's face. So it was brilliant, actually. It was a really good idea. I don't know if folk would do it at Kraken or not, but at the Ultimate Reef one, it was really good because everybody knew who was coming. And somebody just took it off their own back to make name tags up for everybody who commented saying they were going. So there's another one on Sunday this weekend. I don't know if there'll be name tags there or not, but I'm going to go along it anyway and have a look and see what's there. So it'll be this one, but the name tags thing's a good idea.
It is weird. It's like when I went last time when I went to Kraken, to pick up that to pick up the wave maker. A guy was like there and he was like staring at me, and I'm like, you know, like do I know this guy? Like, and you know, as I'm walking around, like the thing, and I'm like, have I got something, you know, like, is there something on my head or something? You know, like, you go, oh, you're all right, Mugsy, and I'm like, oh, you're all right, pal. I didn't have a clue who he was. I didn't even ask him his name, and he's like, oh, you're all right, and he was asking me about certain things, and I was like talking to him. I ended up talking to him for about 20 minutes, and I never even asked the guy his name. So if you are in this stream, I'm sorry, but I don't know your name. Yeah, it's like, what the hell? Why did I ask him his name? You know what I mean? It's just, it's weird. But you feel dead weird, don't you? You know, when people like say Mugsy. Yeah. My name's not Mugsy, it's Steve, you know. And they go, yeah, Mugsy. I'm like, you're alright, pal.
I've had it before. It's funny, when I go to like Ness's Lair or that, and I'll be looking about the shop, and somebody will go, I watched all your videos, mate. And I'm like, oh no, I feel terrible. I'm like, thanks very much.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah. You feel so awkward at that point, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do feel uncomfortable, but it's great. You know, it's you feel uncomfortable, but it's great in a way because you think, well, they've obviously watched us either on a live stream or they watch a YouTube channel or they follow you on Instagram or something. So at least you're getting out there, right? You know, it makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it? You know, for you. So I do like it, but it is a bit thingy sometimes.
There you go. Gaga's saying he'll go to the summer one.
I think Gaga's going.
A summer mega meet cracking. That's what we should do.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
get all
I
four
think
of us
you're right.
again. If Paul's available, we'll get all four of us to go. Be nice.
And we'll make a massive weekend of it. That'll be a good one.
Yeah.
Gal doesn't like he doesn't like being in videos, or he doesn't like his photo being took. So he's an elusive. He's like Banksy. You'll never see his face. You know what I mean? You'll never know who he is. You know what I mean? Unless somebody takes a secret photo of him of some sort. But you'll never find out.
So yeah, as Jay said there, there's a little ticker going on the bottom of the stream saying that if you like the live stream, want to donate. Now we're doing a different thing here for cancer research, where I've switched off the super chats. There's no super chats anymore. If you do feel like you want to donate anything, don't feel you have to. Nobody has to donate a single thing. If you want to, then it goes straight to Cancer Research UK. Just go on the link there. The link's in the description of the video, but it's also in the bottom of the screen there as well. So it's a Just Giving page. You can just go on there and chuck in whatever you want. If you want to, if you don't, there's no reason at all to do it. So that's just it. I've chucked that on there so you guys can see it anyway. But anything you do donate's massively appreciated. So thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's really that one. But yeah, the summer one I think will be pretty good. That's the one I'm going to aim for.
Yeah.
Is the date out for that one yet, Ross? Or?
I don't think so, mate. I think he's going to wait till after this one's been done and then release a date for it.
Yeah.
But it'll be good because
they're all good though, and they put a good show on, don't they? You know what I mean? And like I said, sometimes it's hit and miss. Some people, you know, I think a lot of people tend to turn up on the Saturday, don't they? You know, like the sellers and stuff. Like a lot of the guys all tend to turn up on the Saturday. The Sunday was a little bit quieter. Was it all? Yeah. The other one was 2 days, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the one when they do 2 days, a lot of people turn up on the Thursday. The second is a little bit hit and miss, but I mean, we turned up, they were Ross, you know, on a both, and it was both all right, wasn't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was all right, actually. It was quite good because the Sunday was a bit quieter, so you got more of a chance to talk to people and have a look about and keep it more relaxed. But yeah, I think summertime would be good because he was talking about doing a barbecue and everything as well, and you know, having
that'd be great. That wouldn't it?
It's decent weather, you can get outside, and I think that'll be a good one. It's more of a social event than anything. So looking forward to that one, definitely.
I'll definitely be going to that one for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, me too. I don't think there's any other kind of
shows on this year, do you know?
Well, that's what I was just going to say. I don't think there's any other kind of couple shows. I know there was a couple kind of planned, but they seemed to all fall through, didn't they?
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, like the logistics and like the cost of setting something like that up, you know what I mean? It must be. I'd assume it'd be pretty expensive. You know, to do something like that, you know what I mean? You've got to have numbers, and I suppose like people didn't know where they stood with this COVID, did they? You know what I mean? So it wasn't like committing in case they couldn't, you know, forking out all the money in case they couldn't go, you know, because of the COVID. But thankfully we're coming out of that now, aren't we? You know what I mean? So, you know, it's hopefully get a little bit back to a bit of normality.
There you go, Steve. There's a nice comment for you, mate.
What's that, mate? Steve?
Helped him recover.
Hey, nice one, mate. Hey, appreciate that. Nice one. Really appreciate it. I'm glad you're hopefully you're feeling a lot better, mate. Appreciate it.
There we go. And
Yeah,
a final comment, we're all going to be going to Isle of Man to visit Gow Gow.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, I can't wait to go to the island. I said I will go there for sure. Yeah, from what he was saying with his setup and all that, I'm blown away with it. You know what I mean? I believe he's building something as well.
Go and visit Gow
Yeah,
Gow.
go. Yeah, absolutely. Dead right, mate. We'll go there for sure. But we can't go to any coral fish shops or anything, mate. So it'll have to be the local boozer. That's the only problem with it. I'm sure we'll be all right with that, though. I'm sure we'll be all right with that.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, Mother Reef has spoken again. She's good with the timekeeping now, Julie, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's spot on with it, I must say.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She's really
But
good.
yeah.
I don't think she's missed one either.
No, I don't think she has.
I don't think she has. Julie has been here at every one of them.
Never missed
the
the live stream.
Never missed one. I don't think she has. No.
Yeah. I feel like everybody in the chat deserves a mention, but Julie deserves an honourable mention for not missing a single one and keeping us on time every single night. So,
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, massive thank you,
She's
Julie.
like the admin.
She feels like the fifth one of the group, doesn't she? She's like the fifth one of the group, isn't she? You know what I mean? She's like the fifth one to the team for sure. But, yeah, she's always there.
She's the chat team, shall we call it? That's what she is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
so
no one knows what he looks like.
Next week we're on Paul's channel, I believe.
Paul's channel, yeah.
You're away next week, Jay, are you?
No, I'm away on holiday.
No, you're away, aren't you?
I'm going to Crackner.
Yeah.
Next week is myself, Jay, and the wonderful Steve, and we're on. Myself, Paul, and Steve, and we're on Paul's channel next week. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Look forward to it, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Congratulations on the Pico, Jay. Good attempt there. That was brilliant.
I'm going to sit here for another 20 minutes looking at this.
So yeah, thank you very much to everybody for watching. Like I say, that's been a year, so fantastic effort to everybody in the chat and everybody that's watched it. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys.
Have a good weekend, guys. Enjoy your weekend.
Take care, folks.